Good morning. I'm Jody McComas, and I am going to share this morning about kids' health specifically and what it is that I give my kids. I have two of them. I have one who is 14 and a half, and my son is going to be 11 tomorrow, actually. And so their health is really important, especially in the world we live in right now, thinking about their immunity and going back to school next week. It's at the forefront of all of our minds, right? But our story with Plexus started years and years ago when I started, almost 6 years ago now. And shortly after I started, I began giving my kids the supplements as well, because gut health affects every single one of us. And so I always tell people that Plexus has something to offer from 2 to 102. And so I started my kids on the products. So I'm going to go through our list that we do for each kid. And I am going to start with Isaac, my 11-year-old, and what I give him and why. And so I sometimes we'll give him half a packet of Slim. He is actually big enough he could do a whole packet of Slim. He would love it if he got that every day. He's the only one that doesn't get it every day, but he could, and it would benefit him greatly because, again, all of us have blood sugar regulation needs, the ups, the downs, the hangry. If you have kids, anyone, but kids especially, you know what that's like, so that's going to help to balance them out. But the other one that he gets every single day is the XFactor Kids, because this is a vitamin and a probiotic in one, and chewable, no sugar added, which is very, very hard to find. And you're also not going to find this quality of a vitamin, fully methylated, also that has probiotics in it and doesn't need refrigerated. It's fantastic, and he loves it. And so if you have kids that especially don't want to swallow a capsule, which I will talk about, this is a fabulous option. I also give him, on top of this, the ProBio 5, because again, gut health is so crucial. Candida in the gut, all of our diets, our kids get more processed foods and sugars than we ever would want them to, whether that's from school, our own homes. They're not getting enough of the good stuff. And so we have to be fighting off that candida from a very young age. And so this helps. It also helps sleep and digestion, mood, all of those things that we want our kids to be stable in. Also the BioCleanse. Okay, this one was really, really key for him. If you've ever had a kid struggle with constipation, then you know it's not fun. And you want your kids to be regular. And by regular, I mean going at least once a day. And 1 to 3 times is normal. But if you have a child who suffers from constipation, the gut health products are key, especially BioCleanse. But this does all kinds of other good things for us as well. It's an oxygenated magnesium supplement. It's gentle to our systems, so don't be afraid by the cleanse part of that. It's safe and effective, and I give it to my kids. And I know when they're not taking it because it shows up about 2 days later in some gut health issues and bathroom issues. So BioCleanse is a must. And then I also give him Megax every night at bedtime, because brain health is so important, heart health, want our kids to be getting this as well. And then the Mega Kids microbiome, again, this is a prebiotic fiber, so it's helping their gut health, but also the omegas that they need for their brain development, and it's delicious. He loves it. During school especially, we were mixing this last year with the kids drink and a half of Active. Because if you have a kid that has a hard time focusing, Active is really, really great for the brain to focus. And so I know that you might think, oh my goodness, why would I give my kid a drink that has caffeine in it, natural caffeine? If you let your kid drink soda, that's way worse. So this is so much better for them, and it actually helped his focus when he was doing his schoolwork when I gave him half a pack of Active and the microbiome kids. And I will definitely be doing that again this school year. Plus it has all kinds of other benefits, a superfood blend in it, That is awesome. And I also give that to my daughter. She loves it. It's great for muscle recovery. And I'll talk about some of her specific needs as well, but that has been really great. And the last two I'll touch on that Isaac gets especially is Hydrate. And it comes in the packets and also in the tub so that you just have the powder you can put in your drink. But if you have kids that play sports and they need the extra electrolytes and they get dehydrated easily, this is a game changer, and he loves it and he would drink it all the time if I would let him. But be sharing this with your friends that, you know, have kids in sports and are very active. It's so good for them. So much better than anything that you could ever buy at a store, like the Gatorades and that kind of thing, and so much cheaper. So, oh, last one, lean. Our lean protein shakes make awesome snacks for our kids or meals as well. Just a meal supplement. So much healthier than some of the other options that our kids want to grab from the cupboard, or, you know, when you're out and about from the store. This is so easy. We love to mix the chocolate and the vanilla together. It tastes like a Frosty from Wendy's when you do that, and you can add in frozen banana, peanut butter, fruit. My son loves fruit in his as well. So it's a great alternative to something that isn't quite as healthy, and it is quick on the go. Okay, so that is what I give my almost 11-year-old, and I started, like I said, 5.5 years ago when I started my products, and they are so healthy. I will tell you, we used to catch every single virus that ever went around, all of them. And after 6 months of Plexus, we hadn't been to the doctor and it had been months, and I called for their yearly visits, and the nurse said, "Oh, we thought you moved because we haven't seen you in so long." We were regulars, you guys, and that is just not the case anymore. We go for our yearly checkup and that's it. And it is awesome. It was a game changer, and this was the only thing that we have changed, added to our lives, and we will never ever stop using it in our house. Okay, so moving on to my teen. Okay. Oh wait, back up. With the smaller kids, and I had this question this morning. What do you do if you don't think a kid can swallow a capsule? I never gave that option to my kids. My son, when he started and he was little, he was 5. These capsules, you guys, are super light, and they float right down. So if you have your child fill their mouth with water, or put this in and then take a big gulp of water, and then they tip their chin down like this, it will literally float right on back. I don't even think you have to swallow. I've tried it. It just floats on down. So if they swallow with it, they won't even notice it. And especially if, you know, like the ProBio 5 and the BioCleanse, that's how we do it at our house. That's how we've always done it. You can open those capsules, and if you have a smaller kid, you only want to do half of a packet or half of a capsule, put it in a spoonful of yogurt or the lean shake, or even water. Most of them don't have taste, and they can drink it or take a spoonful of something. We usually prefer something that's not acidic, but that is how you can do that. So give it a try and see what you think, if it works for your kids with the capsules. Okay, moving on to my teen. Slim is absolutely necessary because of all of those shifting hormones with our tweens and teens. The Slim is going to balance those, okay? It balances our hormones, our thyroid, our blood sugar. It helps the inflammation in our body. It makes our moods more stable, and it also helps their gut health and sugar cravings. It helps them not to want to eat all of the sugary things and starches. And so my kids, well, both of my kids, my husband also loves the Slim microbiome. I do the HC. They do the microbiome one and love it. It's daily, and my daughter likes to mix hers with active because it's really great just for her body, and the inflammation and energy focus. She does that every single day and loves it. She also does the whole triplex, ProBio 5. This is crucial. Because I had so many health issues and so many issues with my gut and candida, and when I was pregnant with her, you pass that on to your kids. I didn't have Plexus in my life at that time, and so she has had a lot farther to come in her own health because that's what I passed on to her. So ProBio 5 is absolutely necessary. She takes 2 of these every single day. She doesn't need as much BioCleanse as my son does. I'm the same way. This is flexible, so she takes one every few days. She also takes the XFactor, normal XFactor. This is fully methylated, which is a very big deal, especially if you have the MTHFR genetic mutation. You need fully methylated vitamins, which is surprisingly hard to find, and hard to find that's affordable. This is a game changer. And when I started with this. I give it to my daughter every day. It is doctor approved. And we love it. Also, the other one, if you don't know this, I mean, I think you'd have to be living under a rock to not know that anxiety and depression is at an all-time high with adults, but especially with our younger people, with our teens and tweens. And that is the world we live in, right? But it also, there are things that we can do in our own bodies. Our gut is one of the things that affects our brain. It's called our second brain for a reason, and Vital Biome is specifically made for stress and helps anxiety. And so I take this, I give it to my daughter every night, and it really, really does help. So of course there are things that we have to limit in our lives for our mental well-being, but what we put in our bodies is going to help us physically as well. And our gut health is a huge part of that. So if you have a kid who's struggling with those things, I would suggest adding the Vital Biome. It's been very helpful. The other thing that she takes a lot is ease. And especially if you have a girl and you have aches and pains, you have a cycle, this is going to help pain and inflammation so much. She told me a couple months ago that this works better for her than if she were to go and take an Advil when she takes it consistently for that week. But also my daughter has scoliosis, and so she has lots of extra aches and pains from her brace, from her therapy that she is in. And so this again is going to be one of the things that is going to help that so much. Plus there's a cream that you can use, and we use this all the time in our house for those extra aches and pains. And this, I just feel so much better knowing that I'm giving her this and not wrecking her kidneys and her liver. As a teen and into my adult years, when I took so many over-the-counter meds, this is a replacer for so much of that and so much healthier. It does have shellfish in it, so if you have a shellfish allergy, you cannot take it. But this product is not talked about enough, I don't feel like. We also have Nerve, which is really, really great as well, especially if you have something like scoliosis or nerve issues. One more note is all of these products were doctor approved. I took the ingredients list to their doctors and they were like, yes, absolutely. Those are wonderful products. Part of her scoliosis regimen is supplements and what we put in her body and what is she doing physically. I love that they look at the whole person, and it just again confirmed that what we were doing is really, really good for our health lifelong. And so just know that it's doctor approved, and we have seen significant difference in all of their health and sleep, digestion, mental, hormone balance, all of the things. It's touching all of those things for my kids. One last thing is body cream. You guys, also not talked enough about. This originally was designed for breast cancer patients that went through radiation. It's incredible for skin rashes, sunburns, eczema. I don't know if any of you have noticed when you wear a mask. When we wear a mask a lot, my daughter has a little spot of eczema that can flare up, and the body cream has been really helpful for that. Also our biome skincare. So if you have kids, you know those hormones are kicking up. Acne can also pop up, right? And so our biome skincare has also been really helpful. Having my son starting to use the biome face wash. It's awesome. It's simple. It is super affordable. And so that also is a good thing for your kids to try, especially if they have some things like acne and eczema. It's super great for their microbiome and for that. So, okay, I think that is all of the things. I know that is a lot, but we don't go without these products. It 100% has made a difference in their immunity and all of the things. And so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. But I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. Thanks.